Elder Scrolls 6 will not be coming to PlayStation 5. This is from the Evening Standard, and there's a significant update for fans of Elder Scrolls series. Microsoft have revealed some crucial details about their much anticipated game Elder Scrolls 6 and its availability on other gaming platforms. Because they forked out for Bethesda, which is a much better buy than Activision. Yeah, I know you've not been part of our conversations that we've been having, but Microsoft want to buy Activision for like $69 billion, and they bought Bethesda for, I think it's like kind of $4 or $14 billion, roughly the same price we paid for Star Wars. Yeah, Bethesda seemed like a much better buy than Activision, because Activision's got like 4 games in the back catalogue and a ton of HR problems, which Microsoft will wind up. The moment they buy them, they're going to get. It's going to be such a headache for whoever works at Microsoft HR to deal with. But yeah, it's right for them to turn around and say, "Well, we bought it, we own it, we have our exclusives now." It's a bit of a scummy way of doing it. The best way of doing it is always find a small studio that's coming up, buy said small studios, help them build up, keep them in your little group, because that helps grow the industry rather than this, which is shrinking the industry. To be honest with you, nothing wrong with them having their exclusives, but it does shrink the broadness of games being released on.
I've never understood full exclusives, all the time, because I don't see how you make more money than doing that. I can understand, like, having an exclusive for 6 months or something like that on certain games. I've never, from a business, this is purely from a business point of view, I don't understand how they make as much money if they limit the platforms that they're on. I don't
I
get
can
it.
tell you. Okay, so I'll give you an example. So Spider-Man 2 we talked about. So Spider-Man
Yeah.
2, people need to buy PS5s in order to play Spider-Man 2. Therefore, you've sold a bit of hardware. If they want to play it online, they also then have to subscribe to your service too. And then you start locking them in your ecosystem. You keep them in your ecosystem. Like with Apple TV, you want people to stay inside the Apple ecosystem. So when they're doing things and buying things, and these exclusives help. I don't believe that buying something that's been out in the world for ages and then exclusively making it part of your ecosystem is necessarily a good thing, because those ones which are always the third parties, the big third parties that then go missing, it does. For me, it feels like it doesn't work. I like the idea because I want new stuff, and this is the reason I say I want new stuff, is because if you do shrink it and you do remove that third party out of the market to make them your first party, you've shrunk the market, and then you could have bought another studio that was working on something new and exciting, and push them to be great, and you've missed that opportunity. And I think that it's like Mario and Zelda and Metroid and Mario Kart and all those bits that you get on Nintendo. Nintendo pretty much works off the back of exclusives, and their exclusives are fantastic. They have top tier exclusives when it comes to their stuff. They're practically the
Yeah.
Disney of like the video game world, apart
I
from they're
suppose
not stupid.
I suppose you're right when you talk about. I hadn't really thought about that. Yeah, you're right. Nintendo was always limited. But a game like Elder Scrolls, which, correct me if I'm wrong, was on the PlayStation.
Yep, yeah, we had
Yeah,
Oblivion and Skyrim, and
I don't.
Skyrim on everything. Sorry.
So they've bought Bethesda, which I knew they'd done, and now they're going to limit all Bethesda's games to the Xbox.
Yeah. Again,
But you see,
shrinks, and this
again,
is also, we got the argument with Activision. Sorry.
I mean, I've alluded to this, that the Xbox is not sold worldwide like the PlayStation is. I mean, the PlayStation is pretty much available anywhere, right?
Mm.
Xbox, not so much. I mean, I don't even know if it's available. How many Asian territories it's not available in, but it is not officially available here.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy it from gaming shops, but as I said, you pay a premium. I don't. Yeah, okay. I don't quite understand buying a company and then limiting it. But hey, I get what you mean with Nintendo and everything. But they were always Nintendo's
Yeah,
things. It was Nintendo
they
themselves.
they weren't removed from the market. They were always
No,
Nintendo.
that's what I
That was
mean.
always
Yeah.
their first thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get removing the market. I don't get how much you know. I don't think you're going to make as much money. There's going to be PlayStation Elder Scroll fans out there, and some of them will buy an Xbox. Will 50% of them do it? I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think that there's when this whole bum fight between Sony and Microsoft over Activision's happened, one of the things that was released is that the publishers really do not like Microsoft Games Pass. They do not
Why?
like the idea of it. They do well. It's and I've explained this before, where it's doing to the gaming industry what Napster and Spotify did to the music industry. Yeah, because you can't have those big paydays. You don't get that big release where you hear, like Grand Theft Auto 6 gets released and it makes billions worldwide. Yeah, which it will do when it gets released. You won't get anything like that, or any potential thing like that, if it's all going on to Games Pass. So all those games are there. And then there's the other side of it too, is if that's not happening, and bonuses and bits are not happening, then the what do you call it? The motivation to make better and more innovative games also disappears too. And then it then starts watering down the industry,
But
which
does
is, I think,
every
is probably
game
the bigger thing.
end up on Game Pass? It's not all of
No.
my. No,
Oh, hang on. All Microsoft's first party stuff, all goes on
does.
Games Pass.
Right.
So, Bethesda first party studio now, all on Games Pass.
But like
Activision,
GTA
if they buy
6
Activision,
wouldn't.
no, because they
Although
don't own
Activision.
2K. They don't own 2K or Rockstar.
Yeah, and I don't see Sony. Well, Sony have indicated they're not doing any kind of Games Pass, are they?
No, they've done their version of it, but it's a much more sensible stuff, like back catalog stuff. So
Yeah.
it doesn't cannibalize the first set of sales that people would get, and it doesn't encourage people to wait around for it to go onto Games Pass either. So it's a bit more sensible in their approach in comparison to into what Microsoft are doing. I get what Microsoft are doing; it makes sense. As a person who's had Games Pass since I think day dot.
Yes, you have. Yep.
I can't say I haven't enjoyed it. I can't say it's not been fun, but I can see the pitfalls in it. And I think overall it will do what Spotify and Napster and whatnot did to the music industry, and what Netflix and Amazon Prime and Apple TV are doing to the TV and movie industry. So we've got those things too, but again, my big thing is third party. That was all across the board. You could get Skyrim on everything. You could get Skyrim on a bloody Alexa. So we're talking about Oblivion here, yeah. And now you'll just be able to get it on Windows and Xbox. Okay, they paid for it. They're allowed to do that. Is it good for everyone? Is it good for Bethesda as a whole? My gut says no. It really says no.
I think I agree with you.
But saying that, I've got two at home. I've got two Xboxes. I've got one up here. I've got one downstairs. I've got PlayStation 5. So I'm fine in regards to gaming. But yeah, it's one of those things. Anyway.